I think one of the main keys to truly realize your potential in life and move forward and not be stuck is to use that monkey part of yourself to your advantage, to use the stupid part of your brain to your own advantage and benefit. And there's three main ways to do that, and I'll get into that in a second. But beforehand, if you're new here, my name is Simon. Welcome to day 43. Basically, my main goal right now is to get to 10k a month in September. So earn 10k in September. My plan is to do that with high ticket sales. Right now, I'm in Guadeloupe in a bungalow, focused on work. classic. But yeah, very typical. Earning 10k a month, digital nomad, 10k bungalow. Yeah, maybe it's quite casual, normal, or something like that. But either way, that's what I'm doing. But yeah, basically, the three things. The first thing is two things. It's your routine and your environment. You know, this morning I woke up on time, like I said I would in my last video. And when you start your routine well, the way you planned it, you start priming your brain for success because you get that first swing going. You get up at the time you set for yourself, you get that first swing going, and you keep rolling on that. But more importantly, the reason you need a routine is that, like, honestly, your brain is kind of stupid sometimes. And if you don't have a clear thing to do, you'll just do the easiest thing because you'll find some way to make excuses to do an easier thing. But when you have a very clear idea of this is what I'm supposed to do this time today, then, you know, that monkey part of your brain starts thinking about actually doing that and how to do that. And I'll stop calling it the monkey part of your brain because really it's your subconscious mind. That's the way I mainly think about it. But monkey sounded funnier in the title. But yeah, your subconscious mind gets to work on achieving that, and is also primed to see if you do that, then it's a success and you feel positive. But if you don't do that, it's a failure and you feel negative. So that's also very important to keep in mind. So knowing what to do each time of the day, but also making it easier for yourself. Because, like, sure, we've all been there. We've all set a time to wake up and then overslept. We've all set a task for ourselves to do but haven't done it. It's usual. It's very common. But you need to also make it easy to do the task beforehand. So you also need to kind of modify your environment. One way I did this when I was at home back in Sweden was I used to put my alarm clock on a chair, and or not on top of it, but like right in front of it on the same chair, I would put my clothes on top of each other in the order I would put them on. So basically when I woke up, I just slapped the clock, put on my clothes in the right order, and boom, easy. I was up and running, and that worked really well for me. And that's one of those typical things you hear, like remove resistance for the good habits, but also add resistance for the bad habits. Because actually one thing that happened to me today, I'll be completely transparent with you, is I got stuck on Instagram for 45 minutes. Earlier today I downloaded Instagram to post a story, and then later during the day after I had eaten my lunch, I got stuck on there for 45 minutes watching like iShow speed reels. Honestly, I don't even remember. Just stupid shit. So yeah, like also your digital environment is important to change to your benefit. For example, here on my computer, let's show you here. I have it very easily set up. Let's focus. Come on. All my shit I do so that it's easy to pull up. What I was gonna get into is I make it easy for myself to do the things I want to do. I also have a bunch of like blockers installed for Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, things like that, and that also really helps. So it's a cliche thing, you've probably heard it a million times before, but add resistance to the bad habits and make it easier to do the good habits. And that way you're priming your monkey brain that only goes off on, or your subconscious brain that only goes off on what's easiest to do and what's more pleasurable to do and what's less painful to do. You make that part of your brain favor the things you really want to do, that your like conscious mind wants to do. And an important role of the conscious mind that brings me on to the second point is set goals. When you have a goal that you really want to achieve, that's your conscious mind working. When you set the goal for yourself to earn 10k a month, that's your conscious brain working. So the way you kind of install those goals in your subconscious mind is by constantly realigning yourself every morning. So what I do is, as part of my morning routine, let's see if this works here. As part of my morning routine, I look through my goals. I'm not gonna show you all of them because there's some secrets in there. But okay, I don't want to keep secrets, but okay, I'll show you all of them except one. 1 second. Let's see. Okay, these are basically my goals. Let's see if we can show you here. Basically, main goal is make 10k in September. August, onboarded on a 10k month OT offer. September, make 10k. October, secret. Bunch of benefits. Pause the video, read that if you like. But basically, you need to constantly realign yourself to what your goals are, but also why you want to accomplish these goals. So list out your goals, write it down on paper, on your computer, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then just look at them every morning and feel them. Like, look at them, look at the list of benefits that you listed out for reaching your goals, and just read them and feel them. That's the most important part, feeling them, because feeling something very hard, very deeply, imprints it in your subconscious mind. That's why like trauma affects your subconscious mind so hard, because it's, you felt a certain way very potently that made it ingrained in your subconscious mind. And that's why people visualize, because they visualize achieving their goals, and they feel the feelings of achieving those goals and moving towards those goals, and ingrain that into their subconscious by feeling it deeply, which is a good skill you can learn, which you should probably learn if you really want to do this. That's another thing, I didn't even write that down, but visualizing your goals too is important. And then the last one is kind of a thing that you have to do all the way throughout continually, which is replacing negativity with positivity. And the way I view this, the way I modeled this in my mind, the paradigm I have is there's two kinds of feeling if you bunch them together. There's two main, categories of feelings. There's desire and there's fear. And in any moment, you'll be focusing on either desire or fear. And you want to focus on the desire, not the fear, when you're trying to achieve a goal. So anytime you notice yourself, having fears, feeling negative, what you do is you just brute force that thought into a positive thought, into a thought of desire. A very primitive example of this is when I ran my marathon. If you scroll down, you'll see that when I ran my marathon, I, of course, at a few moments had some type of fear, I guess you could call it. And, obviously there was a lot of physical pain. Not suffering, I didn't suffer, but I had a lot of physical pain while running. And what I did was I literally, every time a negative thought popped into my mind, I just brute forced it with the thought, the single word that was forward. Forward, 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 forward. Because this is my paradigm of it. Your conscious brain controls your subconscious brain. And giving that command to my subconscious brain of forward just primed my subconscious brain to just think forward. And then I went forward. And believe it or not, I succeeded with that mindset quite easily, honestly. So basically, that's a very, very powerful skill that you constantly develop day after day, year after year. And the better you get at it, the more positive you think, and the more goals you achieve, the more of your precious potential you realize, instead of just looking at that potential and just kind of feeling good about having high potential, but not really realizing it, and day after day it's fading and it becomes less and less. You know what I mean. Basically, just fucking, sorry for swearing, just realize your potential by controlling your subconscious mind. That's my message for this video. And thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. Subscribe, or on YouTube, subscribe to follow me on this journey. Yeah, and I appreciate you for watching. I love you, and I believe in you. I'll see you tomorrow.